When my best friend caught me in the dorm room that day, something so crazy happened that I just had to share this story with you. You know, there's something oddly deceptive about dorm room, solitude, the illusion of privacy, the temporary quiet that convinces you you're finally alone. It tricks you, especially when you've lived long enough with someone like Ryan, my best friend and roommate who never knocks, never texts ahead, and always comes crashing through the door like he owns the place. We'd been roommates since freshman year, and friends even longer than that. We knew each other's rhythms and habits, each other's quirks and tells, or at least I thought we did that. Tuesday had started like any other lectures, some aimless wandering through campus. A boring lab Ryan had mentioned he'd be gone for most of the evening. Something about a study group meeting for an upcoming exam. He was actually taking seriously for once when he left earlier that afternoon, backpack slung lazily over one shoulder and a promise of being out till late thrown over his shoulder like an afterthought. I did what anyone with a moment of peace in an empty dorm might do. I made myself at home, not halfway, not with socks on, I mean at home. Clothes off, lights, dimmed music. Lo, it wasn't some perverse display. I just liked the feeling, the softness of the sheets against bare skin, the coolness of the air brushing over me, the rare serenity of not sharing space with anyone else. It was freedom. It was mine. I laid on my bed with my phone in hand, mindlessly scrolling through a mix of memes and music, fully relaxed in the way only solitude allows. The door was locked, or so I thought. The echo of laughter from the hallway came and went, muffled by the thick walls and the hum of my desk fan. There was nothing to fear. No one was coming in, and then it happened. The sound was subtle at first, just the faintest jingle of keys, a quiet click. I thought it was someone next door. I even ignored it for a moment, but then the handle turned, time slowed. I didn't even move at first. My brain couldn't process it fast enough. The door swung open with a burst of light from the hallway, and in walked Ryan halfway through a sentence I couldn't hear because I was too busy sitting up in bed, completely naked horror, dawning across every inch of my exposed skin. And then he froze, his foot caught mid-step, his mouth still slightly open. Eyes wide, time had paused for both of us. Neither of us said a word. I stared at him like a deer caught in headlights, blood rushing to my face so fast I swore I could feel every cell heating up. My body remained frozen, caught in some awful, in-between posture, half lounging, half sitting, all naked. He blinked first. "Oh," he muttered, taking half a step back, but not looking away, as if unsure whether to retreat or just pretend this was normal. "Dude, sorry." I thought. I scrambled for the blanket beside me, fumbling like my hands had forgotten how to work. The moment I grabbed it and threw it over myself, I finally found my voice, or something like it. "You said you were gone all night," I barked, not quite angry, more defensive than anything else. Ryan still hadn't blinked. Study group got canceled. He looked dazed, like he'd walked in on a crime scene and couldn't look away. His eyes darted around the room for a moment, looking at everything except me, the bed, the lamp, the fan, the desk, until they slowly found their way back to my face. "I texted you, my phone's on, do not disturb." I snapped, a voice still raised from adrenaline. Then silence, deep, awkward silence. Ryan closed the door behind him, quietly, like he was afraid of letting anyone else in. On the moment he didn't say anything, just stood with his back against the door, eyes slightly averted, arms crossed as if trying to shield himself from the awkwardness in the air. I was wrapped tightly in my blanket, now still sitting up, still panting slightly like I'd just run a sprint. I didn't expect, he started, then trailed off. I looked at him sharply. "What, that I'd be naked?" He scratched the back of his neck, cheeks redder than I'd ever seen them. "I mean, yeah." We both burst out laughing at the same time. It was nervous laughter, thin and fragile. But it was laughter, and suddenly the tension cracked a little. The sheer ridiculousness of it all had finally settled in. Ryan stepped forward slowly, carefully, like I might throw a shoe at him if he moved too fast. "Look, man, I didn't mean to. Seriously, I should have knocked."